guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm James.
I'm Graeme.
Sorry, there wasn't anything last week because I was too busy. I had so much work to do, and I had a deployment thing with the Navy this weekend, and it was just too much going on. Too much.
I was staying in Linwood.
What?
I was staying in Linwood. I wasn't even here.
Why were you staying in Linwood?
That's where I was last night. That's why I had to rush around.
Fair enough. Got a serious case of the hiccups there.
I know. I'm ill.
How are you? Why? What have you done now?
I'm ill.
Yeah, what have you done?
I don't know.
Goodness. So, apart from obviously being ill, how have you been?
Alright, yeah, I've got my college assessments. I need to do this now.
Sound.
And yeah, that's it really. Just the pay awards on next Friday.
Sounds good.
Which is an award show I've been planning, or IV I've been planning since February.
Lovely. Trying to think what I've been up to. Lots of blooming uni work. It's no fun. We've got flipping maths coursework due in, and we've got a CAD exam on Monday, and it's just, oh god. I spent 6 hours yesterday doing a book report for a book I've only half read. It was no fun.
That just sums you up to a TJ.
Managed to get the whole thing done though.
Only reading half the book.
Yeah, you don't need to read the whole book.
Sake. What book?
What have you done?
I just spilled my water down me.
Oh, for God's sake, can he take you anywhere? It's alright, you can sit there and be wet.
It's raining outside. I'm fucking drenched.
Poor you.
Shut up.
It is a bit miserable at the moment, but then again, that's Scotland. So, will we get on to the news?
Mm-hmm.
So,
you go first.
You want me to go first? Why are you so down today?
I don't know.
For fuck's sake, cheer up.
Yay!
Yeah, be cheery, be positive. Yeah. Positivity. Put on a happy face.
And then I'm gonna murder you. Anyway.
So, time for news. Obviously, this is bits and pieces taken from the last 2 weeks because we didn't do a podcast last week, so we've got 2 weeks worth of news. That being said, there's not a huge amount, so I'll just go through and if there's other stuff that you can remember, then feel free to interrupt. So first thing we've got is we've got pictures, official pictures, and sort of set videos of the Anti-Monitor from the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover in the Arrowverse. What were you thinking of that?
Looks interesting.
Looks good.
I saw the video that Stephen Amell put up where he fell asleep in his last scene with Grant.
Yeah.
He fell asleep.
It was quite funny. Have you seen the picture of him? Because they've wrapped filming on it now, and Stephen Amell put up the photo of him in his socks, and it's got like his face and Grant Gustin's face on it. It's quite funny.
And the photos with Gustin and Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
she's biting into the back. His neck.
Yeah, it's quite good. But no, I'm looking forward to that.
That seems interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly with Arrow. It's all building towards the Crisis. Yeah, we'll get into that towards the end when we talk about our recommendations.
Flash.
But
Savior of the Universe. They actually played that during the pilot for season 5.
It's not even about the Flash.
I know.
It's blooming Flash Gordon.
I know, but they've done it. The Flash.
When are they supposed to be doing a Flash Gordon movie? Like a new one?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Taika Waititi involved? I'm not sure. Something happening. So that looks good. The Anti-Monitor, he's looking a lot like the Night King from Game of Thrones.
Or Mr. X from Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, he does a bit. But no, looking forward to that. Kind of interesting to see how he's gonna.
Have you seen the set videos released?
Yeah, of them doing all the stunts and stuff. Yeah, it looks good.
Like the Sonic Blast, etc.
Yeah. Would you expect another Arrowverse fight scene in what looks like an abandoned airport?
I think Grant Gustin's Flash isn't going to die because they never specified what Flash. They only said the Flash must die. to save the universe. They never said what Flash because there's 3. Because you don't know if Jesse Quick's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember Earth 2's gone.
Yeah.
So you don't know if she's still alive. You also got Wally West. And you've also got Jay Garrick. And Earth 3.
Exactly. We'll see what happens.
So,
interested to see where they're going to go with it though, because it's pretty big.
yeah, but if Grant Gustin's Flash dies, I don't know how they're going to do the TV show. Who's going to replace him? Wally might come in and replace him.
Possible, yeah. I mean, we just have to wait and see what happens. So more pictures released from Netflix is the Witcher series. You seen that stuff? Looks good. Looking forward to that.
He's a hardcore Witcher fan, by the way.
Oh, Henry Cavill. Yeah,
he's played Witcher 3 about 4 times. He said
he looks pretty good as is it Geralt or something? The main character. I've never played the games, but I've heard they're pretty good. I think they're based on is it Swedish books?
I think so.
Like a series of Swedish fantasy novels. But looking forward to that. I think it's going to fill the sort of Game of Thrones void, certainly for a wee while.
Did you also hear the rumours about Charlie Cox and Christian Ritter
coming back for as
Jessica Jones and Daredevil, but they never said anything about Luke Cage and Iron Fist?
Yeah, I think what they've said is they're open to the idea of returning.
Because he's left the Marvel TV president.
Yeah, I heard about that. I can't remember his name, but
done a shite job because he spent $100,000 in fixing Medusa's hair for Inhumans.
God, that was a shit show, quite literally.
Mm-hmm. But they might be doing a Ghost Rider series on Disney Plus. That's how Hulu.
Yeah,
it's going to get cancelled.
I think there's also talks of an Inhumans reboot.
You see the guy that played Black Bolt?
Yeah,
he's up for it.
So I've heard apparently Vin Diesel is up for it as well.
He's in Bloodshot and it looks terrible.
We'll come on to that. I've got a note about the trailer. Trailers though, we got the final trailer for Star Wars 9.
Looks interesting.
Or 11, depending on if you count the anthology ones.
It's 9.
It's 9, isn't it? I mean, I quite like the anthology ones. I think Rogue One's
Rogue
great.
One was good.
Solo's got good bits in it. It's not bad. It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's good fun. Trying to think what else. So
horses.
The new trailer.
Horses on the
weird space horses on Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It looks interesting.
We get C-3PO doing some sad goodbye for some reason. He's gonna die.
Or
no,
does he?
Maybe.
Because remember on previous trailers, he's got red eyes
or something. I mean, we'll see.
But that the battle's going to be immense.
Oh my god! It's like every flipping ship. Have you had a look at all the breakdown of all the ships that are in that shot?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the Ghost from Rebels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a what do you call it? Is it the U-wing from Rogue One?
Yeah, but it's but the thing is J.J. Abrams is a massive Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
So he has nearly every ship from Star Wars canon, from the Rebel side in it.
Yeah.
And but they've got the original Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
See if you look at
I
it's
think
from the original trilogy.
They're gonna be that's the Empire rather than the First Order. I think.
Yeah, because did you notice it's coming out the ground?
Yeah, I think it's coming out from under some ice or something. That'd be pretty cool. And they're clearly leaning into the return of Ian McDermott as the Emperor.
But that throne though.
Yeah, it's spooky throne.
There's set photos been released because there's people who have added it in the photos.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to add in the photos, so Disney can't claim the video. But Disney have been claiming all the videos that had the photos in. It has Emperor Palpatine on the chair with his hands up, lightning.
Fair enough.
Doing lightning down on Rey.
So kind of reminiscent of the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
when he was
also,
zapping the shit out of Luke.
Yeah, but also Kylo's there.
Okay, yeah.
So do you think they're going to fight?
I think they're going to fight for a bit, then they're mates.
Because remember at the end, they both hit something.
Yeah, I think that's what they're fighting in that scene though. There's a statue or something that they just inadvertently cut through. I'm looking forward to this. I was a bit kind of meh on the new one, but I'm looking forward to this. It should hopefully be pretty good and a decent conclusion to this new trilogy.
It's 2 hours and 40. It's 132 minutes long.
Oh, so just over 2 hours long. That's not too bad.
It's the longest one.
No, it's not. Last Jedi was like 2.5 hours long.
I think it's actually 2 hours and 45 minutes, isn't it? I think it is actually 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
What, the Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi? I think it's. I don't think it needs to be that long.
I think it does. Honestly.
Why do you think it needs to be that long?
It's 155 minutes long.
Okay, so that's 2.5 hours.
But it needs to be that long because Ryan Johnson mucked it up so much.
No, not necessarily. He
but
kind of.
J.J. Abrams has to tie up everything, like all the sub-stories, etc., and the main plot, so he needs to tie everything up.
Yeah, but
that's how I was thinking it was going to be at least 3 hours long, because he needs to tie everything together and tie it all up.
Yeah, but it's not like Avengers Endgame, where they were tying together more than 20 films and hundreds of characters over all the films. They don't need a satisfying conclusion for Endgame was a conclusion to the whole MCU story of the past 10 years. Now, there's only been... This is the 9th Star Wars film, certainly in the main series.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many characters left.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Poe Dameron, you've got Finn, you've got Rey, you've got Kylo Ren, and you've got Chewbacca, Leia, and Lando's coming back. That's really it. You need a kind of conclusion for those characters, but nothing really else.
And also, they've confirmed where the Death Star wreckage is. It's not in the Forest Moon of Endor.
Well, clearly not, because it's on some...
It's an ocean moon.
Yeah, it looks it.
Kef Burr.
Fair enough.
So, it's a planet that hasn't been...
We haven't visited that yet.
They've also got fights on Jakku and all that.
Oh, good.
So...
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of... Yeah, I'll go see it, but I'm not as excited as I was for the last ones.
Yeah, because I think The Last Jedi's kind of put the hype train on hold for everything.
I suppose, but I quite enjoyed The Last Jedi. I thought it was a wee bit too long, and it dragged out in places a wee bit, but I thought it was pretty decent.
It's coming out on Thursday, the 19th of December.
19th of December. Oof, pretty close to Christmas. That'll be good.
It's always been close to Christmas, though.
Apart from Solo, which they did like 3 months after
May.
Last Jedi, which was a bit stupid.
Yeah.
But no, looking forward to that. So we've got some casting news for the Batman. The new The Batman. So we've got castings for Catwoman and the Riddler. So we were talking the other week about Jonah Hill being on board for it. He's apparently out now, and Paul Dano has been cast as the Riddler. Do you know who he is?
I recognise the name.
Yeah, I've got his IMDb page here. Just trying to see. He's in 12 Years a Slave. He's in Looper. Have you seen Looper? Looper's a good film.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys and Aliens, which is a strange film.
It is very strange.
It's very strange. Oh, he's in Prisoners. Yeah, he's the villain, kind of the villain in Prisoner. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's one of Denis Villeneuve's films. You know who did Arrival and Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner.
49.
Yeah, he's really good in that. So he should be pretty good. He looks like the Riddler.
Does he?
He does a wee bit, yeah.
I was still hoping they got Tennant.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because he's Kilgrave in the Marvel continuity, I think they're kind of... DC are a wee bit hesitant on taking on board folk who've been with Marvel.
Tata Rikiki?
What's he doing?
He's in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, ish. It's more like, but to be fair, you don't see Taika Waititi in the
Plays
MCU
Clark.
films. Yeah, but you don't actually see the actor.
Aye.
So Paul Dano's playing the Riddler, and Zoe Kravitz is playing Catwoman, who's also pretty good. She's been in. She was in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Gay Wizard Hitler. Oh, interestingly enough, she did the voice of Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie, which is a bit weird.
I know.
So they're bringing her back on board to play the same character.
But the live action version?
Yeah. She's in the Divergent films. I've never seen the Divergent films because they looked atrocious. She was Angel in X-Men First Class. The lassie with the wings. So no, she's pretty good in what I've seen her in. So she should hopefully have decent. I'm guessing you've heard all the backlash about her being cast, because we've never had a black Catwoman before, except that time we did have a black Catwoman.
It was Halle Berry.
Yeah, I mean that film was atrocious.
It was very bad.
Hopefully we get a different type of characterization. So more trailers. We got a trailer for Dr. Dolittle, the Robert Downey Jr. But
what is his accent?
It's bad. I honestly have got no idea what to think of this.
I couldn't understand him half the time.
Yeah. It just looks weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
The CG's questionable.
CG looks okay, but I'm just not. It's just. It felt like we've already had. We had a Dr. Dolittle movie with Eddie Murphy like 20 years ago. And they're pretty decent, and they're on the telly all the time, so we don't really need this new one.
Of course, the accent.
The accent's all wrong. Apparently, there's been like a lot of behind-the-scenes drama.
Really?
Yeah, like the director got fired and all things like that, and poor planning on like they just showed up to shoot and they didn't know where the CGI animals were going to be and all that sort of stuff. It looks weird. When is this supposed to be set? Do you know? Because fuck knows that.
Don't know, but it's quite funny because Robert Downey Jr. has only been in 5 non-MCU movies in the past decade.
What's he been in? I'm just trying to think. I'll quickly Google.
I think it was a Judge.
Yeah, he's been in The Judge. Hang on. Let me see. Oh, it's taken forever. Right.
Sherlock Holmes.
He was in Sherlock Holmes.
And Due Date.
Yeah, he did both the Sherlock Holmes films, didn't he?
Yeah, and then also Tropic Thunder.
When did that come out?
2008.
Yeah, so since he started in the MCU, he's only been in 5 non-Marvel movies, which is impressive. You'd think, though, that after doing such a CGI-heavy film in Infinity War and Endgame, that he'd want to do something
He's
like
in Black Widow.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's rumoured that he's going to be in it. It hasn't been confirmed yet. I don't think he's going to show up.
He's also in Pinocchio.
Why the fuck do we need another Pinocchio film? I don't like Pinocchio. He's weird and creepy. He just...
And the guy who's doing it directed Apollo 13 and Solo, a Star Wars story.
What?
Ron Howard.
Yeah, I like Ron Howard. He's a good director.
And he's also done Sherlock Holmes 3.
Woo!
Which is out in 2021. With Jude Law is back.
Yeah, that should be good. I quite like the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. They're not bad.
Cumberbatch or Jr.?
The thing is, though, they're completely different. You can't really compare them. They're different characterizations. I like Cumberbatch. I like both of them, but I prefer the sort of Victorian steampunk style of the Robert Downey Jr. ones.
Guess what's also coming out on the same day as Star Wars?
What?
Cats.
Oh God! terrifying.
Leading on from that, what do you think of the leaked photos of the new Sonic?
I don't know. I probably won't go see Sonic because I don't really care about Sonic.
But at least
it looks a bit better.
The gloves.
It looks a bit better. He doesn't look like a monster anymore. Ugh. So, other trailers. We got a trailer for Vin Diesel in Bloodshot. What do you think of that? Why are you shaking your head?
It doesn't look good.
I thought it looked pretty decent. It looks like a half decent action film. So it's an adaptation of a Valiant comic of the same name. I haven't read any of the comics, but I've heard they're pretty good. So basically he's like a soldier who's been killed, and they bring him back to life using nanobots or something. So he can kind of, when they shoot him, he can regrow or whatever. It looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, you think it looks shit, but at least they're going with an R rating. It looks pretty bloody, which is good. I like that. They're not trying to kind of do it as a PG-13 and or 12 here in the UK.
Yeah. But if I may,
what? Guy Pearce looks pretty good in it. I quite like him. He's usually pretty decent. I like how what they're doing with the story of it. How he's kind of, they're using him by giving him false memories and stuff.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. I'm not quite sure what's with the guy with the big robotic arms. That looks a bit weird, but the rest of it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And also Robert Pattinson's new movie with William Dafoe, The Lighthouse, has been getting good reviews.
Has it? Oh, that's pretty good.
It's won 4 and been nominated for 6.
Oh, good. Have you heard the reviews from the new Terminator? Apparently it's really good.
I'm really looking forward to it. Well, they got Tim Miller, who done
Deadpool. Yeah.
And James Cameron's back
To produce.
Yes.
So
Arnie's back and she's back as well.
Yeah. It from what I've heard, it's a pretty solid conclusion to Sarah Connor's story.
Yeah, Hamilton's back.
It's pretty fun, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I saw them on the Graham Norton show the other night, and they from what they were saying, it sounds pretty interesting, and the trailers are pretty good. Have you seen the clip? And it's like the introduction of Sarah Connor, and she kind of drifts around in the car, and she's got a fucking rocket launcher and shit. Looks pretty cool. The action set pieces look interesting.
He looks quite good. The guy that played Ghost Rider and Shield.
Yeah, he's playing the new Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole how it can like split into two, like it can split into the skeleton and the liquid metal. It looks pretty cool. We'll probably talk about that in a week or two's time. When we go see it. When's that out? I'm trying to remember.
Soon.
It's out in the next couple of weeks, from what I know.
It's already out.
It's already out?
Yeah.
Surely not.
Uh-huh.
I'll quickly Google. Oh, no, it is out. Huh. Do you want to talk about that next week?
If I have money, yeah.
If we have money, yes. If we don't talk about it next week, we can always talk about one of the other Terminator movies and then
T2.
Do
I saw that
Terminator Dark Fate the week after. If that would work. That might work. Yeah. We'll probably do that. But yeah, looking forward to that. Should be half decent. It's getting 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, but then again, Rotten Tomatoes is a load of shite. But seems to be tracking fairly well. So, more Star Wars news. The season 2 of The Mandalorian is already in pre-production, even though the first series hasn't even come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. Are you?
Hit or miss.
What do you mean?
I think Star Wars is like, you see it fucking everywhere. I'm more of a Star Trek guy.
Oofed. Conflict in the house.
I'm more of a Star Trek guy. Because unlike Star Wars, there's one Star Trek movie every 3 years. And they're not milking it dry.
Yeah, but
Because you've got Picard that's coming out soon.
Yeah, that looks pretty decent.
And you've got Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I'm really looking forward to the Mandalorian. It looks great. Like the what they've done, instead of using CGI for the spaceships, they've gone back to using models, like in the original trilogy.
It's bloody.
They've pumped a lot of money into it, and it shows. It looks fantastic.
It's all to do with him, though. The guy who plays Happy Hogan and that.
Jon Favreau.
He's
producing the whole series, isn't he? Yeah.
So it's all to do with him.
Yeah. I think Taika Waititi's directing the season finale.
Yeah, and he's also in it.
Yeah, he's one of the assassin robots.
IG-88.
Yeah. Should be pretty cool. Really looking
He's
forward
like
to that.
Sean Gunn now, Taika Waititi. He's either directing or doing mocap for something.
Yeah.
Because Sean Gunn's mocapping for King Shark.
He's more like Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been in anything recently, has he?
No. Also, I had a thought about Peter Capaldi.
What about him?
Hugo Strange or Mr. Freeze.
Oh, he could be Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because Mr. Freeze is bald.
Yeah, and usually he's fairly old.
Uh-huh.
So you can only be better than Arnold Schwarzenegger. As much as I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, oofed, that is not a good role.
No.
I still see you.
But Jim Carrey has this stuff for Riddler, though. He's just mental.
Ish. I'm not a huge fan of Jim Carrey, to be honest.
Are you not?
Nah, I find him a bit. He can either be pretty good or pretty crap.
Like Mask.
I don't really like the Mask films, to be honest.
I don't feel like. Right.
Last bit of news I've got, they're doing some extensive reshooting for the live action Mulan.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Because
it's not necessarily a bad sign. A lot of films go through reshoots. But at least they've spotted whatever problems they had and are fixing them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think
Right.
it will be great. I've only seen like bits and pieces of the original, like the cartoon, but the way the cinematography in the live action one looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a really beautiful film. You got anything else?
Yes. Professor,
Uh-huh.
the greedy bastards that they are, has released something for Fallout 76.
Uh-huh.
The buggiest game ever.
Yeah.
It's called Fallout First.
Uh-huh. So what's that?
And it's get access to private worlds, unlimited storage for scrap and more. Fallout First is a premium membership that enhances the Fallout 76 experience.
Okay.
Members receive access to private worlds, exclusive cosmetic items, 1,650 atoms per month, which is currency, plus other bonuses. So you get private worlds, unlimited storage, a new fast travel point.
Isn't Fallout 76 supposed to be the one that's multiplayer?
Yes.
So why the fuck would you want to do it solo?
I don't know. It's private worlds. Playing a private world exclusively for you and up to 7 friends.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
A scrap box, unlimited storage for crafting components in your own new scrap box container. A survival tent, a new placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag and more for your basic needs. So basically they put in roadblocks, and this is just unlocking all the roadblocks and getting your own private server.
That's a bit shitty of them, isn't it?
Yes, and it's costing £12 a month.
Good God.
Or £100 for a year.
I don't think I even pay £12 a month for my phone contract. In fact, I don't. I'm on a tenner a month. It's pretty good, actually.
But, yeah, so that's what Bethesda's doing for Fallout 76.
Have you heard about the controversy around Blizzard Entertainment? So there was, for those who don't know, there was somebody on one of was it World of Warcraft or something?
I think so.
Were kind of putting in support for the Hong Kong protests, and Blizzard were like, yeah, fuck off, and basically kicked them off the server, which is a bit kind of, that's a bit of a dodgy move.
Yes.
And I think the BlizzCon is coming up in a month or two, and there's a lot of backlash to it at the moment.
And guess what they've just released as well, James?
What?
The second season of Umbrella Academy's coming soon.
Oh, cool.
They just put up a photo on Instagram.
I haven't seen the first one, but I mean, it wasn't something that particularly appealed to me. But I might see how the second season is. I've heard it's all right, but it's not necessarily my cup of tea.
And also a trailer for the end of the fucking world season 2 just dropped.
Oh, cool. I'll need to watch that later on.
And speaking about Joker, the budget was only 55 million.
I know, we talked about it last week.
No.
Yeah, we did.
Last week?
Yeah, the week before, you know what I mean? Last
but,
time.
But I'm saying from the last time we spoke about it, more news came out about it, and how Jared Leto wanted to play the lead in it.
Yeah, but no one likes him.
Yeah, and Warner Bros. Only gave him 55 million because he didn't think it would succeed. That's who they only gave him 55 million.
Gave who the 55 million?
Todd
Phillips, the director. Okay.
And Jared Leto tried to stop it every way possible.
What a cunt.
But they're still doing a Harley Quinn Joker movie.
Why? Nobody cares. But I thought, like, she's
also,
supposed to be broken up with him now in the Birds of Prey thing.
I know. But there's also reports that Joker 2 is in early development and is set many of years after.
We don't need a sequel.
We really don't.
The first one was good. We don't need another one.
Because it will ruin the impact of the first one.
Yeah. I think DC should just go back to doing their own independent... everything's in its own separate independent universe.
Like the Batman and Joker.
Yeah. They tried to copy Marvel in a sort of shared cinematic universe, but it's just... They haven't nailed it at all. Goodness me. Why do we get so exasperated over this stuff? It doesn't matter. None of this even matters.
It doesn't exist, but we're nerding over it.
So, will we get on to our main topic this week? So, Zombieland 2 is out in the cinemas at the moment. Neither of us have seen it. I don't know when I'll be able to see it. I want to go see it, but I probably won't get a chance anytime soon. So instead, we're talking about Zombieland, the first Zombieland. So this was the first time you've seen it, isn't it? So, seeing as it is your first run through, do you want to open? Do you want to talk about it a wee bit?
It was something that the plot device for the Twinkie was something else.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's so strange how it's like the mad cow disease has spread so quickly. There's now a zombie apocalypse, and Jesse Eisenberg's character's girlfriend becomes a zombie, has to kill her, then makes a set of rules.
It's when he like beats the shit out of her with the toilet lid.
Yeah,
it's fucking brutal.
And he makes a set of lists. He makes a set of rules.
Yeah.
On how to survive. But the hardest one was Woody Harrelson's character and how his son turned into a zombie.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
And then those two formed an alliance.
Yeah.
Then he met up with Emma Stone in that, the two sisters. They're
great. They're really good.
Steal the gun and steal the car.
Yeah.
And then they end up...
They keep backstabbing them.
Yeah, and then they come together and they're driving to the theme park.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that's the only safe haven in the East Coast. So when they get to LA, they go on a wee scouting trip or a tourist trip.
So, everybody, before we start, we'll just say we're going to do spoilers because this film's been out for 10 years. It doesn't matter, nothing you said is a particular spoiler, but it's been out for 10 years, and also there's not really a huge amount you can spoil about it.
No, because it's just self-explanatory.
Yeah, pretty much. So the main character, played by Jesse Eisenberg, he's a sort of loner, kind of awkward, socially awkward loner basically he's playing the same character from The Social Network, but during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And because of his kind of being a loner and socially awkward, that's one of the reasons he's survived.
Because he doesn't have many friends.
He doesn't have any pals and no family to speak of.
And he's only got a girlfriend.
Not even a girlfriend. She was like a random person who lived down the hall.
Alright, so nice.
So he's great. Woody Harrelson, who's the kind of badass zombie killer, he's great.
Yeah.
He's just absolutely mental for the whole film. The bit when he finds the bag full of guns in the back of the car and he's like, I fucking love rednecks. And he's just blasting the Uzi in the air.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, it's good.
James doing his neighbourhood watch.
Yeah, don't worry about that. There was a car went by outside.
I can just imagine you from your window with your binoculars.
Oh, you joke, but...
Fuck it. You need to close my curtains in it.
I know where you live, Graeme.
Oh shit. Fucking James at the window. Oh fuck.
So Emma Stone and is it Abigail Breslin is the younger sister. They're great. So they play sort of sisters who've been sort of blackmailing and extorting folk their whole life and are pretty skilled. And they kind of just keep at that during the zombie apocalypse to try and get the most out of everyone. They're pretty good. This whole film's just great.
Yeah,
like, it's one of the best zombie films ever made.
One of my favourite scenes in it is when they get to the truck, looking for the Twinkie. They tap in the door, they open it,
and it's just all the snowballs coming
yeah,
out of it. Yeah,
and fucking Jesse Eisenberg's character is just eating a snowball, and fucking Woody Harrelson's jumping on him. Where's my fucking Twinkie?
I don't like snowballs. I don't like coconut. It's not the taste. It's the consistency. It's just the rage in his face.
Fucking look for his Twinkie, man.
Oh, the opening credits for the film are pretty good, where it's kind of all the sort of separate zombie attacks, and it's like there's like the zombies coming out of the brothel and chucking folk off the walls, and there's one like on fire chasing a fireman. It's brilliant.
And then the wedding.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like all the rules, like the
stay active.
Yeah, cardio.
Cardio.
Because obviously you'd need to be pretty fit during the zombie apocalypse. Otherwise you're just gonna get run down. And there's the seat belts. And I like how during the film he kind of adds to his notebook.
And then the second one, it's like fuck the rules.
Yeah. Trying to see what else. I like the wee flashbacks we get to like the main characters' lives before Zombieland.
Mm-hmm.
And about kind of, so we see we only really see Jesse Eisenberg's first encounter with a zombie. Like, I would have quite liked to have seen how Woody Harrelson's character first encountered one of them, or how the sisters found one.
I think Woody Harrelson's one would have been heartbreaking though, because it's his son.
Yeah, because we get that twist kind of later on, because he speaks to him, and Jesse Eisenberg are talking about what home means to them, and Woody Harrelson talks about losing his dog, but it turns out that it's not actually his dog, it's his son, and it was just right in the feels. Foofed. Brutal. Was not expecting that. I like the whole how they're not giving anyone their names.
Yeah. Like,
they refer to each other as to where they've come from or where they're trying to go. It kind of, I think that's quite interesting. And how they, like, it kind of not necessarily removes their humanity, but it means they don't really get attached to each other.
Yeah.
They're trying their best to distance each other so that they're not relying on anyone else.
But I think in the second one, I think they still refer to each other as those
Yeah,
names.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the second one. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to see it, but I really, really want to see it. I've heard it's really good. My folks went to see it the weekend.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, it's so good! You need to go see it." You were talking earlier about how they're trying to get to the theme park, which they think is a safe haven, but I like the idea that nowhere's a safe haven. It's kind of different. In a lot of zombie movies, they're always trying to get somewhere safe where they know they're just going to be able to live peacefully away from everything.
Yeah.
But in this, everywhere's fucked.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's got this false hope of finding somewhere that they're going to be safe, but that place doesn't exist. And it's kind of... You don't really get that sense towards the end of... Like, but it should be heartbreaking because they can't escape. They can't escape the world they're in, unless they just fucking go off like up to Canada or something and live in the woods. But I quite like that idea. I know in like The Walking Dead and all that, they're always trying to get somewhere where they're gonna be able to kind of restart a society. I've watched like 3 episodes of The Walking Dead. It was pretty shit, to be honest. I don't like it. Were they on there like season 10?
10.
Fuck. How the hell do you make...
A zombie program.
How do you make
seasons?
it last for that long?
I don't know. Supernatural can do it quite easily because it's Supernatural.
Yeah, but they're doing like different stuff every week. Whereas The Walking Dead's just like, yeah, we're gonna kill some zombies and there's some trouble in society and bloody... I'm gonna beat up some folk, and that's really it. And there's some false character drama, and that's really it. Are they still going ahead with the Walking Dead movies?
I think so.
Yeah, because they're doing... Rick is getting a few solo movies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone's actually going to go see them?
Rick fans, probably.
Probably. I fucking love Bill Murray in this. He's so good. There's the... So as you said, they do like a tourist trip around LA and they end up in Bill Murray's mansion. And the bit when Woody Harrelson's just geeking out over him, it's great. And they like get high and recreate the scene from Ghostbusters. It's fucking mental.
They finished that? The new one?
What, the new Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't hear that.
They finished that.
When's that? Is that coming out next year?
I think so. Paul Rudd's in it.
Yes, I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's good.
The person that never ages.
Yeah, he hasn't aged. He's like 50.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is Paul Rudd 50?
I met someone today who I found out who was 80 who looked like she were fucking 50.
It's pretty good. To be fair, we've got a friend, a family friend who's like 107 years old, and she doesn't look a day over 60. To be fair, she can hardly see or hear.
We now know what you're into, James.
What do you mean? No, I'm just saying she's looking very well for her age. And not like I'm trying to hit on this old woman, but you know what I mean.
You're trying to defend yourself.
I'm trying to defend something that I didn't say. Yes, absolutely. Good God, I hate you sometimes. I genuinely hate you. Why the fuck do why do we do this?
I don't know.
Why do I invite you down to my house so we can just talk about shit?
Me fucking slagging the shit at you.
Oh God, I hate you so much.
Oh, please leave that in. For honest to God, please.
Moving on swiftly. I like how Bill Murray's kind of only in the film for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they accidentally kill him. Because he pretends to be a zombie, and then Jesse Eisenberg fucking shoots him in the square in the chest. It's pretty sad, but it's kind of comes out of nowhere. The whole sort of finale in the theme park, I think, is pretty good. I think it's done. It's an interesting set piece.
Yeah.
It's like when they're on the big uppy downy ride. The big uppy downy ride. What's it called? Like, I've got no idea what.
Dropper.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And they're so that they can get height, but they keep coming back down, and the zombies are climbing up. I think it's pretty cool. And when Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson's character, is in the wee wee stall booth thing, and he's got the shutters, like the grates closed, and he's just fucking shooting zombies through it. I think it's pretty cool. And I like when they're talking about the zombie kill of the week.
Yeah.
And it's the zombie kill of the week goes to this random woman who dropped a piano on some zombies. It was just what? Because I think what they were going to do was, I think they'd originally planned to make Zombieland a series, and I think they did do a pilot for it. I don't think it did particularly well, but I think I would have quite liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
I think it would have been pretty good. Hence why they had like the zombie kill of the week. They were going to do that like in each episode every week. That would have been pretty good.
What, it's like an online series?
No, I think that this was like back in 2009 when they were going to, instead of making a film, they were going to do a series.
Oh, really?
But that kind of fell through.
And they've done the movie?
Yeah. This is, honestly, I don't have a huge amount to say about it, but it is a great film.
Yeah, it's just a zombie comedy, basically.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount you can say, because it's not like a huge amount happens. It's kind of 4 characters going from A to B and the weird shit that they get up to along the way.
Basically. Yeah.
I like when they go to the wee sort of novelty shop and just fucking trash everything. And the sort of weird hijinks that they get up to.
Yeah.
I think my favourite scene is when they're just driving in the car and it's...
What one? The yellow one or the black one?
The yellow one. And they're just cutting between the different characters talking to each other while they're driving, while the 2 others are in the back sleeping.
Yeah.
And it's just the different conversations that they're having. And it's when it's Woody Harrelson and the younger sister are having a heated discussion about Hannah Montana. And it's just so random.
Yeah, it's like when she has the wig on,
she's
Hannah Montana.
It's really good. I think that's my favourite bit because it's just it's mental. It's when they're talking to Bill Murray and they're like, you know, with that makeup on you look like Eddie Van Halen, and he's. Yeah, I saw him the other day. Oh, how is he? Oh, he's a zombie. I thought that was pretty good. But I'm looking forward to seeing where they've kind of taken this world. But it's good. Unlike a lot of zombie movies, there's like 4 characters in the whole film. 5 if you include Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But like throughout the whole story, there's like it's just the 4 of them doing
wacky shit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the bit when they pull up in the car in front of the lady zombie that's just eating this bloke, and he's just like just breaking bones and just ripping bits out of him. And Jesse Eisenberg goes, God, it just makes you so sad, doesn't it? It makes you think about how society's crumbling. It just makes you. And Woody Harrelson goes, it makes me hungry. It's really good. If you haven't seen Zombieland, you just absolutely watch Zombieland. It's properly good.
It is really good.
Is there anything else you've kind of got to say about it? Because I've kind of run our course on it. I know this has been really short, but there's not really much else we can talk about it.
No.
But just, yeah. Go see, watch Zombieland, and then... from what I've heard, go see the new one because apparently it's pretty good. We'll maybe talk about that next week if we've seen it by then, but we'll probably talk about it by the time we see it.
Yeah.
But no, So will we go on to recommendations? What we've been watching and reading and listening and all that? If you're good.
Yes.
Okay. So what have you been reading, watching, listening to, whatever?
Well, James, Youngblood's EP came out on the 18th of October, and it's fucking mental. Honestly.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's like the way the track list is, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll read you the track list. There's 6 songs on it, and it's 19 minutes long. So it goes, this is an order on how the track is. It goes Brain Dead, Parents, Original Me featuring Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons,
yeah.
Casual Sabotage, Hope for the Underrated Youth, and Waiting on the Weekend. Now, my favourite song in the EP personally is Brain Dead, because it sounds like OG Arctic Monkeys.
Fair enough.
And my least favourite is Waiting on the Weekend, because I just slow and I just don't like it.
Fair enough.
But the entire EPs are really good, because it's all different. Every song sounds different. Like, Brain Dead sounds like an OG Arctic Monkeys song. Original Me sounds like an Imagine Dragons song.
So they're kind of all the songs are a wee bit different to each other.
Yes, no two songs are the same or sounds the same.
Yeah, because you get a lot of that from modern music. Kind of a lot of the same shit.
But it's quite good. And Waterpark's released an album as well.
Oh, good. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
It's a band.
It's a band, isn't it now? I'd never guessed that.
Yeah, it was quite good. The album, first 9 tracks are good. It starts to dip in a wee bit at the end, because Austin, he's the lead singer, sounds like an Austin EP at the end of it.
Okay.
Because he's got drum machines and that.
Fair enough.
Because Otto and that are not in it, not much. But yeah.
Cool. Have you been watching the new series of Arrow?
No.
Oh, why not? It's great.
I've been watching Flash.
I haven't watched Flash.
Flash is a lot better than what it's been.
I haven't watched the last series of The Flash, so I probably need to watch that and then watch the new series.
You really don't, actually.
I mean, we'll see. Hang on a minute. I think there's a delivery outside. Be back in a second.
It's a magical mystery tour. Oh. Is it for you?
It's a package delivery. Yeah, I got.
What is it?
What is it?
Product review.
A live unboxing.
Not really live. You can just hear it.
There we go.
Yeah. You couldn't make that up, could you?
No, it's sad. Because the Bloodshot trailer had come out, I decided to get the graphic novel for it.
And that's what just came.
Yeah. There you go. You can have a wee flick through. It looks pretty good. So I'll probably talk about that next week, and I've read a wee bit of it. But yeah,
it's the
definitive edition.
Oh, here there might be something I might be getting.
What are you getting
tomorrow? There is a new Stranger Things book out, and it's talking about behind the scenes, etc. of everything.
It is. That might be quite interesting. Have you seen the set photo that's been released of Hopper's whatchamacallit? His like police truck thing?
No?
Yeah, so he might be back for the next series, but we'll see what happens.
He better fucking honestly. That's the first time I've ever cried at a TV show.
So
actually
sad.
Second.
So sad. But anyway, Arrow new series is great. It's dipping into sort of alternate realities.
Yeah.
So the first episode, it was kind of on Earth 2, and sort of the Prometheus, the villain from season 5, was now the Green Arrow, and Malcolm Merlyn was married to Oliver's mum, it was pretty interesting. It was an interesting world to visit, and it was a nice sort of harkening back and to old stuff. And then the second episode was set in Hong Kong, from like season 3, which is the whole sort of League of Assassins stuff.
Alright.
And Katana is back.
Oh yes,
she's properly good.
Wasn't there a scene from season 1 in it as well? Like were you back in season 1 with like Batman's mask instead of Deathstroke's? Yeah, so in
episode 1, it starts back on Lian Yu, which was the island Oliver was marooned on. And in the first episode of the series, you see the Deathstroke mask on a post, and it has an arrow through the eye. But in this reality, it's Batman's cowl, which is pretty cool.
Or just Kevin Conroy's.
Yeah, so it is pretty cool.
I like the bit when they're on Earth 2 and he tries to jump out the car and Dougal's just giving him that smile.
Yeah.
Tried it before.
Yeah, it's not happening again. So it's pretty good. They're kind of picking up a new team as they go. So it's Oliver and John, and they've picked up Laurel Lance from Earth 2, and now Katana's on the team, and yeah, I'm really excited to see where all this goes. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
How's the Flash?
The Flash has been good. The Flash has been really good actually. It's different because it's not Killer Frost is in it a lot more. Because Caitlin's letting Killer Frost take control, and the new suit is awesome.
Yeah, I've seen pictures and stuff.
It fits his head better than the other cowls.
Yeah, good.
Because see if you look at all the other cowls, makes his head look too big.
Yeah.
This actually looks better on him.
Okay.
So yeah.
So have you watched the HBO's Watchmen?
No, not yet.
Oh, you should absolutely watch it. It's properly good. So it's the series is a sequel to the comic rather than the movie. So the comic, the graphic novel came out in the mid-80s, and then Zack Snyder did an adaptation in 2009, which is pretty good. I quite like the film. But the series has loads of references and stuff back to the comic. So it's talking about like trans-dimensional attacks, which was the whole conspiracy of the graphic novel. There's like squid raining from the sky. There's talk of Dr. Manhattan, and sort of the original Minutemen, who were the precursors of the Watchmen. And it's really good. It's very much a comment on modern society and kind of race crimes and things like that.
Seems familiar.
It's really good. Honestly, give it a watch. It's fantastic. And Jeremy Irons, who's Alfred in the newer Batmans, he's playing Ozymandias. Yeah, and he's properly good. He's quite creepy. He's really quite creepy. There's a bit where you see him naked, which is quite kind of, oh my god, my eyes! It's unpleasant to look at because he's like weird and skinny and bony, but he's good. He's really good in the role. What?
Back in Titans, have you seen it? The newest episode?
I haven't watched the last episode. I've been busy.
Fucker.
The
newest episode is so good because it's fucked. It's fucked mentally.
Is it just a bit mad?
It's weird as fuck. Like, see the stuff about Bruce Wayne? It's all in his head.
Okay, fair enough. Don't spoil anything.
I'm not going to say
the last one I saw was the Superboy one.
The Superboy episode was by far the best episode to date. It
was so good. It was really good. That
was well
the
done.
bit when Krypto the Superdog was just fucking lasering dudes. So good.
But he is buff as fuck.
They're all pretty buff, to be honest.
No, especially
he's like
Superboy.
Enormous. He's like a tank.
It's like Henry Cavill's son.
Yeah, he looks like Superboy as well. He's got the look absolutely nailed.
Yeah. But that newest episode though, it's weird as fuck with the
I need to watch
Bruce
it.
Wayne stuff,
Yeah.
but it unlocks a key part of the story.
Okay. Is there more Deathstroke stuff?
No. But
I need more Deathstroke stuff. I
But-
fucking love him.
that's gonna get ramped up soon after the finale of the ending of this episode, the last week's episode, explains
Oh, okay.
something that was teased in a previous episode.
Okay. Oh, don't spoil it for me, but I'll need to catch up. Is there anything else you've been watching?
Not recently, no.
If there is. I've been watching Hannah on Amazon Prime.
Have you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So it's a kind of remake of a film that came out maybe about 10 years ago of the same name. It's Saoirse Ronan who was in the film, you know, the Irish actress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically follows the same story, but there's this lassie who lives in the woods with her dad in like Finland or something. And her dad is like ex-CIA or FBI or something like that. I think he's CIA. And basically through several events they're found out by the CIA and they have to go on the run. And because she's been brought up in the woods by her dad, she's experiencing the world for the first time. And it's really quite good. I'm only on like the second episode of the series. I think it's 9. But it's really good. It kind of harkens back to the film. It's pretty enjoyable. Give it a watch. It's good.
The next episode of Titans, episode 8, is called Jericho.
Okay.
After the murder of after the murder of Blank, Dick, Donna, Dawn, and Hawk befriend Jericho Wilson, Deathstroke's son, realising that Slay's devotion to his son might be Deathstroke's only weakness. Dick is eager to use this information against his nemesis, so I think it's another flashback episode because there's
possible.
Because there's a set photo of Brendan
Thwaites.
Thwaites.
Oh, is he back in the Robin outfit?
In the Robin outfit.
Oh, good. Okay. Because I quite liked the Aqualad one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good episode. And it's good that they're doing more Hawk and Dove stuff. They're great.
But he's back in the Robin outfit. Now, remember what I said earlier in an earlier podcast? Episode 9, he's in his Nightwing suit. So do you think the end of the episode...
good!
So do you think at the end of next week's episode...
I don't know.
He gets a Nightwing suit?
Should be good.
Because episode 9's when they have that big fight.
That'll be great. So hyped.
But there's only 13 episodes in the season.
That's fine.
So
13's
there's
enough.
only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more episodes.
Honestly, I'm fine with that.
Because there was 11 last year.
I'm not a huge fan of series that just drag on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like the new season of Arrow. It's only 10 episodes, which is great.
Must admit, first season of Titans, best episode, Doom Patrol.
Absolutely.
I hope I think they're doing a second season.
It's in pre-production at the moment, I think.
I want someone to revive Swamp Thing.
I think now it's on Amazon Prime, so it's possible that Prime might bring it back.
Good.
If they get enough views and stuff on it.
They fucking better.
Yeah, that'd be good. Anything else for this week?
No.
Okay.
I do. One more thing I forgot to say right at the start. Dying Light, it's a zombie game. They're doing a crossover with Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
With the Left 4 Dead characters. So, for a
I'm not overly familiar with either game, but for those who are fans,
Rainbow Six Siege. They've got a Halloween event coming out.
Oh, cool.
So,
I'm like so behind on video games at the moment.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah,
Borderlands 3's got a DLC coming out.
Yeah, I've heard that's pretty good.
For Halloween.
So I'm trying to think. So next week, if we haven't seen
Dark Fate,
Zombieland 2, we might do. If we've seen Zombieland 2, we might do that. But might be the new Terminator. If we haven't seen Dark Fate, then we'll probably do that the week after, and we'll probably do Terminator 2 next week, or one of the Terminators.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is good.
Because for its time, it had the best CG.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But we'll talk about that when we talk about it. Apart from that, anything else you want to add for this week?
There's news about the new Arkham game.
Yeah, I've heard that kind of announcements might be coming out about that this week.
How you can you might be able to get to play as the entire Bat family.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So
will we wrap it up for this week?
yes.
Okay. Thank you to everyone for watching. If you want watching, you shut up. You know what I mean. Thank you to the listeners for listening. Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find us on the James and Graeme Do a Podcast channel on YouTube, and also wherever you get your usual podcasts. We're on like Apple Music and Spotify and all that jazz. Just if you go onto Google and Google James and Graeme Do a Podcast, you'll find us somewhere. Big thanks to Scary Chewing Gum for our theme. And apart from that, anything else you've got to say, Graeme?
No.
Okay, well, in that case, we'll see you, i.e. you will listen to us next week. Unless I've got another busy week, so we'll see what happens.
If I'm not doing something.
What, have you got plans or something?
Ooh,
my.
possibly.
No, you better not fucking have plans. Anyway, right, well, we will see you guys next week.
Adios.
Bye.